All right, today we're going to step off the beaten path. Get away from all the usual spots on the internet. We're going to explore this place that honestly feels like a cure for that endless, mindless scrolling. It's this digital cabinet of curiosities, and it's called ksib.fun.
So let me ask you something. Are you just tired of the same old internet? You know that feeling, right? You're scrolling through the same 5 apps over and over, and it feels like you've seen literally everything. It's like this digital deja vu. You're just searching for something genuinely new, maybe a little weird, or just different. Well, what if I told you a place like that actually still exists?
Yeah, that place, it's KASIB Fun. And look, this is not your typical website. At all. I want you to imagine you're just walking down a digital alley and you stumble into this strange, dusty antique shop. And inside, every single item is some kind of bizarre, interactive experience. It's a true digital cabinet of curiosities.
And boom, here it is. This is the front door. It's basically an open invitation to a whole collection of stuff that just doesn't really fit anywhere else online. You're going to find fun games, really curious tools, and some wild interactive adventures. And you want to know the best part? No logins, no profiles, just pure, unadulterated digital exploration. You just click and go.
Okay, so let's start with what's probably the most familiar territory for all of us, the games. But I gotta warn you, these aren't your typical time wasters. Not at all. They're these simple, often maddening little experiments that are basically designed to test your skills, and maybe your sanity, but in the most delightful way possible.
All right, let's start with this one. The goal is simple. Draw a perfect circle. Freehand, with your mouse. Sounds easy, right? Yeah, no. It is so much harder than it looks. It's this wonderfully humbling experience that just immediately reveals how shaky all of our hands really are. It's such a simple idea, but it's surprisingly addictive, and the results are, well, they're usually pretty hilarious.
And then there's this one, logos from memory. I mean, think about it. We are just bombarded with branding every single day. But how much of that do we actually absorb? This game is a super fascinating test of your visual memory. It asks you to recall the exact colors, the exact shapes of logos you see constantly. And trust me, you will be shocked at what you get wrong.
Okay, so moving on from the games, the site gets a little more introspective. It offers this whole suite of tools that are kind of part genuine self-help and part quirky self-parody. They invite you to look inward, but always with this playful and sometimes, kind of sarcastic twist.
And the range here is just incredible. I mean, on one hand, you've got the life pie chart, which is a genuinely useful tool to kind of visualize where all your time and energy is going. But then, on the complete other end of the spectrum, you have the regret counter. Seriously, there's no analysis, no advice. It's just a button. You just click it. It's this perfect little bit of satire on our whole self-help obsessed culture. It acknowledges that feeling of regret without even pretending it can fix it. And that right there, that captures the site's unique blend of sincere and satirical perfectly.
All right, you ready? Because now we're heading into the really weird part. And honestly, this is where kscb.fun truly shines. We're talking about these interactive adventures that are less like games and more like these bizarre, brilliant thought experiments. This is the kind of stuff you find and immediately have to tell your friends about.
First up, you may have heard of this one, the password game. Oh my gosh. It takes that universal frustration we all have with creating a secure password and just turns it into an absolute nightmare. It starts simple, but then you get rules like your password must include a leap year, or your password must include the current phase of the moon as an emoji. It's hilarious, it's infuriating, and it's an absolutely perfect commentary on the sheer absurdity of modern online security. It just captures that collective exhaustion we all feel trying to follow these crazy, arbitrary rules that are supposed to make us safer.
Next up, get this, the Internet Island Survival Game. So imagine you're stranded on a desert island, right? But your only tools for survival are concepts from the internet. Yeah, how exactly do you use a firewall to start a fire? Or how do you catch fish using a phishing scam? It's such an incredibly creative and funny exercise in just pure lateral thinking. So clever.
And for a final dose of just pure absurdity, we have the shady URL generator. I have to ask, why would anyone ever need this? I have absolutely no idea. But it's here. It's ready to create a perfectly suspicious-looking link for any occasion you can think of. It's completely useless, totally pointless, and for that reason, it is absolutely perfect.
So, after all that, what is KCB.fun really? Well, it's a bunch of creative thought experiments. It's a toolbox full of quirky self-reflection tools. It's this super smart, funny commentary on internet culture. But I think, more than anything else,
It's a cure. It's a cure for digital boredom.
Look, we've really only just scratched the surface here. The real joy of a place like this, it isn't me explaining it to you. It's that thrill of discovery. It's clicking on some strange title and having absolutely no idea what you're about to get into. So really, my only question for you is this. Now that you know the door to this place exists, which one of these weird and wonderful rabbit holes are you going to explore first?